This is a demo on Oli debug for code-based analysis, and basically in order to understand it in a better way, what I did is I created a code, so I know the inside out of that code. It's a very simple code that asks for a secret word. If it's equivalent to password, it says that's correct, otherwise it asks for it again. This is the piece of code, and I want to analyze that in Only Debug just to understand how it works better. So just to see, this is the window for assembly, this is the registers, this is the stack, this is the memory dump. And if I want to run the program, I just stay file, and this is my program, open, and I open the executable, which is actually opened already, but okay, and I have the executable running. The first run will be to figure out that it is actually the code we're talking about. So I'll just quickly go step into what is the secret word. First time I'll do it wrong, enter, step into what is, no, that's not the word. So okay, so let's try this time entering the correct, and step into. So it's a simple debugger. Step into and step over is in every single debugger. And what would be interesting is to actually, if I want to know exactly where I am, okay, now here we see it, but if I want to search, I can go utilize the strings. They are a powerful thing, so I can say search all reference strings, and then you get all the reference strings that we used. And then another way of finding your way around, also by using ASCII, they are powerful. So it's going to the memory map and then saying, okay, I want to do binary, okay, I'll do it with a shortcut, a binary search. I've done it before, so I've done it for the word password, search, find password. And the interesting bit about this is I can actually highlight it, right click, and say create a breakpoint on that memory when it gets accessed or written to or so on. So I'm not going to do that. And what would be interesting in this code is to rerun it one time, modifying the assembly code such that the word password becomes a non-acceptable secret word, and the other time to modify it such that any word is acceptable as a secret word. So let's do that. So I'll restart first the whole program. Yes, and let's play around. To identify the code that is interesting for me first is I identified the string that is a correct answer by. I clicked on it, I looked into the jump, I click on that, and I find that on that level there is a test that is happening, and below that test, if it's non-zero, it goes to 1170. 1170, you look at it and you discover that it's the address for know what is the secret word. So I'll modify that and see what happens. So as you see, I changed it to be B119D, which points to this address that says that is correct by. And I created a breakpoint just before the comparison. And I pressed a symbol, and you can see that it turned into red. So let's continue running the program. So yeah, I need to enter some values. So let's say edge. Okay, and enter. If we step into, now we reach the test values we want to see. So, and here you go. It says that is correct by, despite the fact that I didn't enter the right password. Now let's do the opposite. Let's stop any password from being accepted. But before we do that, let's backtrack this. So undo selection. So what is interesting for the next one is this code. This code, what it does is, again, there is some kind of test, and it's saying if the condition is jump equal, go to 9D. 9D is, again, the point where it says that's correct by. So if it's equal, the test, then say it's the password. I want to change that. So Last time we changed the address. This time I'll do it differently. I'll say the total opposite. So if it's not 0, go to this. And I'll say assemble. Okay. And we might need to redo it. I don't know if it keeps it with a restart. Yes. Okay, let's see where the code was. So if we go search for, we can do binary string, but I will go for reference string, and the code was around this region, yes. And the spotted code was this one. So we want to change, no, that's the test value, and that's the comparison. So let's retry, assemble. And as I said, last time we changed the address, this time I'll do it differently. I'll say if it's not 0, assemble. So yeah, now we have the values changed. Let's continue running the program. We need to enter something. So this time, first I'll enter a non-password, see what happens. Okay, enter. So it did not accept it, which is what's supposed to happen. Now this time I'll enter the password. And again, it did not accept it. So we saw how manipulating the assembly code can be difficult, but it can actually change the whole functionality. And this is what we'll do for the malware analysis.